Hi, my name is Katie Wilson. I've made a few videos and I'm hoping that you're learning from some of them. I'm not a good video maker, as you can see, but I do like to carve eggs. And I'm trying to share my knowledge so other people can see how easy it is to do this and attempt it themselves. Of course, not everybody can do everything, but you can at least give it a try. So today I'm going to make a video on how to put your patterns on your eggs to get ready to carve. And there's so many ways to do this. I will make a pattern and put it on copy it and put it on a piece of vellum. And I will use Elmer's glue. Just the regular Elmer's glue. The Elmer's glue wall for some reason doesn't seem to work as good. I don't know why. But I will put it on there, and sometimes you have to make different relief cuts. I have one here in the back. I've got some in between the legs and in between the tail, because they will fold up and buckle, and you want to try to make it as smooth as you can. So you'll make relief cuts that hopefully won't affect your pattern too much, or you'll be able to remember what your pattern is supposed to look like when you're doing the actual outline. This is just a guideline to follow when you're carving. So that's one way. Make a copy of it, and I do use vellum paper instead of regular paper, and I have in my background here, you can probably see I have a little Canon copy machine, home copy machine, and I use that to adjust my sizes, and so that way I can use the different papers as well. But the regular paper seems to plug up my bits more than the vellum paper does when I'm carving, so that's why I use the vellum. And another way is to get your patterns is to get these little, this one here's a brass template. And what I've done on this is I've taken it doesn't curve so good with the egg, as you can see. So what I've done is use this because I like it. I think it's a pretty design, and I've traced it and went through and colored it on paper. Then I made a copy of that and put it on vellum and glued that one on the egg. So there's another way you can get other types of patterns, is from these little templates. And there's all kinds of them. I have so many templates. Anything you like, you can see. Little patterns, just even your typical designs. And I even use stickers, believe it or not. You can stick them on the egg, you can trace them, or you can just cut around the stickers. There's just so many different ways. Another way is I use Saral copy paper. And I'll put a piece of paper, here's a duck egg, put my design on top of the copy paper, and trace it. And as you can see, I'll try to get this as close as I can. And I'll use it's just a tracing stylus, I think is what they call those. And it's got like a little point, a pencil point. But you can see you can just use it and trace it over this. And you can usually see on your pattern where you've went over it and copy it. Or you can actually freehand draw your ovals and your squares, and I find it best to use a retractable lead pencil with a white eraser. That seems to work better, and use a hard lead. This is a 0.5 millimeter HB, which means it's a hard lead, and it seems to stay on the egg without smearing. So that really helps. And for emu eggs, as dark colored as they are, as you can see this, you can always get like washout cloth markers. This is a white one. And as you can see, I will draw a silly smiley face here. And you can see that on there. The problem with that though is you will have to, it wipes off with your fingers. So after you do that, you might have to spray it with hairspray or some sort of fixative spray, and just to keep it to where you can't wipe it off. They also have wax markers you can use, dark colored, light colored, whatever. Or if it's in an area where I'm going to really be carving, I will actually use metallic permanent markers. They work pretty good, and they show up. And on the green, I use the green ones really best on the emu eggs because you can't see them. So, and then when you're done, you can always use acetone, wipe them off. Won't affect the finish of the egg at all. So, not unless you painted it. But other than that, you can use that. The best kind of erasers to use are either the white ones. The white ones really work best. But if you don't, maybe these gum erasers that you remember from school. Those work good. And with these here, you don't have to trace them on paper to use them. You can just hold them right against the egg and use your pencil or your marker or pen. You can use a regular pen. And in fact, I think here is one of those. This is a crayon, a blue crayon pencil. And you can even use this and to mark on your egg. And with your, because these, since they're bendable, you can just hold it in place with one hand and draw it with the other. I can't do that because I'm not right-handed, or else I'd show you how to do it. But anyway, those are just some shortcuts on and tutorials on how to put your patterns on your egg. And also, another thing you can do is use a lathe. This is an egg lathe, and as you can see, I have marked the division spots, so all I have to do is make sure that they match. And how this works, actually, if you really want to see how this works better, check out a video by Lori Poppow, Poppow. She does an awesome job at showing how to use this lathe. I'm just going to give you a shortcut because I'm not that great at it yet. I've used it to mark a few eggs and to divide them up, so that way if I plan on putting on more than one pattern, I can get them evenly distributed on there. It's like this egg here, it is marked in quarters, and not this one here happens to have 2 holes, and people don't always drill the holes in the right spot, and I hate it when they drill 2 holes. It drives me insane. It needs to just be 1. So anyway, there is an oval on the back, and then with the lathe I was able to put both slots on each side. I will probably cut this out and put something on the inside and use this as a decorative pattern in the background. And I will use my Dry Dex DAP spackle to fill at least one of the holes, if not both of them. And it dries completely white. And that way I can either paint it or I can just leave it white, and it sands and works just like an eggshell. So if you put it on there and it's kind of thick and you don't use your finger to smooth it out when you do it and it's rough, no big deal. Just get you a piece of black 000 sandpaper and sand it down to smooth to the same surface as the eggshell. But remember, if you wash your egg off, be really quick at getting water on there because it'll reactivate this. And as you can see, it's pink when it's wet and it dries white. So you can tell when you're washing your egg off if it's getting wet again because it'll turn pink. But now when you spray your egg with finishing spray, it has no effect on that whatsoever. It doesn't make it look any different than any part of the egg. I have used it when I've punctured through on the white parts on my emu eggs many times. And you cannot tell. Just cannot tell. The only thing is, if you do that, you can't really use a light or a tea light underneath them if you're going to use it for like a night light or put it on a round base, a lit base, because it will show the difference. You can't see through the spackle like you can the eggshell. So you will be able to tell it if you use spackle that way. So if you plan on doing that, you're probably going to have to make you another egg. So anyway, that's just a little short video to show you how to put patterns on the eggs. Please keep watching my videos. I will try to keep making more videos to help you learn how to carve eggs and the different stages of how I do it. So there's many ways to do things. I'm just showing you the ways that I've used. I'm sure there's plenty more different ways out there. But anyway, thank you for watching, and check back. See ya.